Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, a new bilateral cooperation project between Cuba and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, focusing on sustainable development and environmental conservation, has been launched in SVG. The initiative, which brings together Cuban and Vincentian experts, aims to address wastewater treatment in various institutions across the country. The project is spearheaded by Cuba's Gamma Company under the Ministry of Science, Technology and Environment and SVG's Department of Sustainable Development, part of the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture. The first phase includes working meetings, site visits, and evaluations of key areas such as the Kingstown Fish Market, Belle Isle Correctional Facility, and hotels in the Villa community. This initiative strengthens the growing bilateral cooperation between Cuba and SVG, with a focus on sustainability and practical environmental solutions. Shanicia Delplech, a national table tennis champion from Tromoka, has been awarded a full 1 year scholarship to pursue a sports science certificate at the University of Trinidad and Tobago UTT. Delplech, a former student of Tromoka Ontario Secondary School and member of Adams Table Tennis Club, is the first Vincentian player to receive such a scholarship. She earned the opportunity after being recognized by Aileen Edwards, an International Table Tennis Federation course conductor and lecturer at UTT, during a visit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In addition to her studies, Delplech will engage in high performance training alongside top table tennis players in Trinidad and Tobago. Delplech departed for Trinidad last Friday to embark on her academic and athletic journey. Still on the local scene, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is among Caribbean countries that voted overwhelmingly to support a United Nations resolution condemning Israel's continued illegal occupation of Palestinian territories. The resolution, which Guyana co sponsored along with the State of Palestine and over 20 countries, calls for Israel to end its unlawful presence on Palestinian territory within 12 months. Before the vote, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' ambassador to the United Nations, Inga King, stated that the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip not only challenges the core principles of international law, but also tests the moral conscience of the global community. The ambassador told members present in the UN General Assembly that fighting between Israel and Hamas, which is listed as a terrorist group by UN members, did not happen in a vacuum. Ambassador King also stated that St. Vincent and the Grenadines believes Israel and the State of Palestine can exist peacefully once international law is followed. On to news in the region. The Antigua and Barbuda government has finalized plans to address the growing issue of derelict properties on the island. The cabinet has approved a comprehensive approach that will involve new legislation to remove abandoned buildings and overgrown vegetation that have become eyesores and potential security risks. According to cabinet spokesperson Lionel Hurst, the initiative aims to improve neighborhood aesthetics and safety. The government is responding to these concerns while carefully crafting legislation to ensure a fair process. The cabinet said that the Attorney General in Antigua and Barbuda will propose new legislation to Parliament that outlines the procedure for dealing with these properties. The process will begin with public notices, giving property owners the opportunity to address the issues themselves. St. Kitts and Nevis's Prime Minister Dr. Terence M. Drew views the scourge of crime and violence in the country as an impediment to true independence, but he is optimistic that gun violence in the Twin Island Federation and the wider region can be curbed. Prime Minister Drew expressed these sentiments while addressing citizens as St. Kitts and Nevis celebrated its independence from the United Kingdom. Prime Minister Drew urged citizens to play their part in assisting to curb the increase in gun violence and crime, noting that the responsibility goes beyond the government and the police. However, despite the challenges, the St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister remains optimistic about the Federation's future. Having gained independence from Great Britain on September 19th, 1983, St. Kitts and Nevis celebrates 41 years of economic and political freedom. Finally, on the international scene, Iranian hackers distributed information about Donald Trump's electoral campaign to people linked to the Biden campaign, according to the FBI and the U.S. intelligence agencies. U.S. officials now believe that information taken from the Trump campaign was sent in unsolicited emails to people linked to the campaign in late June and early July, before Biden dropped out of the race for president. There is currently no evidence that the hackers received any reply from any recipients. In August, officials warned that Iran hopes to stroke discord and undermine confidence in U.S. institutions ahead of the November election. U.S. officials said that Iran had used social engineering and other efforts to seek out direct access to both the Democratic and Republican campaigns. A tactic they said had been used by both Iran and Russia in other countries around the world. This has been WEFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 5:30 for WEFM's Evening News, and we thank you for listening.